Good afternoon. This is Kathy Fabian speaking to you on a quiet Sunday from the valuable gallery of Art Fabian Company. It's just the beginning of springtime, well, several days after the beginning, and preparations are continuing for my springtime exhibition. I start off by taking away the roses, the red roses with the gold gilding for the winter time, and substitute it for this little still life, starting with the lotus, not locust. I continue to keep my angel and add this particular frame of Angèle Debout. Springtime is an organizing time, and I've taken a lot of time to get things around from my locker. And these are the things that I'm going to be taking. I'm going to put them into a suitcase and use the locker. Has a very nice thing. It's made surrounded by chicken wire, so I can hang up clothes on that. It keeps the clothes nice and fresh and hung, and it also hides things from people if I don't want to see them. There's been some changes going on in the Rose Studio as I prepare to hang some springtime exhibit. First of all, I've been working on presenting my jewelry better. So I have this particular cloud here, as well as this one over here. Once in a while I take out other pieces and see which colors will match the best to show them to the best advantage. Also, I've been lucky enough to have gotten my last frame of this particular group, which is based on the fabulous Flamingo Hotel from Las Vegas, which are pictures that have been digitally reworked by myself. There's a series of 3 of them. This was actually from winter time, and it focuses on one of the themes of our exhibition, which is ongoing, which is leisure time, which is vacation time. I've started hanging things up in the outside blue corridor, but except for the last tableau, things are pretty much the same in the Rose Studio. I figure because it's more private, I'll do the blue corridor first. But these are what I've done for the winter, and it actually seems to me to be pretty much multi-season vis-a-vis the subject matter, except for the one particular tableau that deals with snow here. What I'll be having when I have prepared in the Rose Studio over here, tableaus about design. So the thing is to get things organized and put them in my suitcase over here. Like I said, I've been doing some organizing into the Rose Studio. For example, when I go myself into the room here, I close this door like this. I've moved the mirror over here, which suits me well. I have now a full-length mirror. I just had to figure out how to place it, and it'll keep the door closed over there. Meanwhile, I'm working on making the closet more presentable, so that when a guest comes in, they see a neat and tidy locker, because I'm always looking to make it presentable for clients. I consider this more of an office than anything else. Springtime is also a time to assess what I've been doing vis-a-vis paperwork. I have now an enormous task ahead of me. I have to collect they said, I've bought 2 great big external hard drives, which cost about $100 each. They said I'm supposed to get about 7 more of them. And I'm going to create my own personal library of all these multitudes of photographs that I've amassed throughout the years. So first and foremost, I'm giving all my images a title, a major task, as you imagine. There's thousands and thousands of photographs. And second of all, I'm going to have to give them a catalog number, a personal catalog number. I've been lucky enough to figure out what to do with ArtMob. I was having trouble loading things up, and I finally, they contacted me to use the bulk uploader. So this is a major task. This will take, I imagine, several years. I've decided where I had a Rose Studio open house and exchange in the vague hope of being able to present my jewelry and see how I could find established buyers. But I've been selling objects, small objects in that what I have, and I have found that for the $20 or $30 I get for each object, it seems to be too much time. So I will leave the bazaars to the order, which is holding a bazaar of its own on the 6th, I believe, 7th and 8th of next month, which is April. And I will be amassing things to give to them for that bazaar, such as this particular frame, which I bought temporarily from a thrift shop until I could find something more suitable. On the agenda is to finish. I have an empty frame. Is to finish this frame at the framer. But right now, I have to, again with the paperwork, I have to see my budget. What my goal is for my budget is to make sure that I've always saved more than I spend. When I get to a certain sum of money, a certain day of the month, then I have spent more than I've saved. But lots of time it dips down. I want it to be stable. This is going to be another major challenge. Saturday is studio day, and I've been doing studio work ad hoc on the days until now. Finally, I've decided to set myself as a goal, and my goal now presently for the spring exhibit and forever is to have frame three and hang 3 tableaus a day, every Saturday, every studio work day. It's slow but steady. It's a lot more complicated than I thought, because I always take advantage of the time to film both the tableau that is being taken down, which are the 2 that you see right now, as well as the new ones, which are over here. I figure if I film them time and time and time again, I'll get good enough. It seems to be an unsurmountable task. This is part of the summer exhibit and will change very soon, budget permitting, so that I could put my new frame in. Yesterday was the second day I started framing, so I have 6, maybe 7 new works up. This is one. The subject will continue to be the same as it was in winter. I have a few of the permanent collections if someone makes a request to keep something on, like this particular tableau. But it will concern, the choice of residences was birds, which I wonder if you could see this, it's pretty dark here, and leisure pursuits and celebrities. I did not sell my celebrity pictures, so I've done a little bit of changing from the celebrity, which was actually concentrating on musicians and focusing more on leisure pursuits, such as here. I've been using search engines to find appropriate and beautiful frames for the place. Whereas in the past I'm even focusing on either a man or a woman, I'm now continuing my work with groups or couples. And a favorite of mine, a subject of mine in the past, has been bicycles, and I will continue that. In the Plateau Mount Royal, where I am, bicycles are very, very evident. I put the lady back on, the lady in red back on, because she reminds me of a certain resident here. The lady who's in question, who I know, liked the tableau very much. Beethoven will be changing. I have a pretty damn good picture of Charles Aznavour, which still is part and parcel of my focus on musicians. And I'm very tempted to put him in there. I have to see. I'll wait to think about it till next week. And finally, this bird. I started off first with the bird. This is a couple of tableaus which still remain I started off first with the birds. I've just changed it from 4x6 to 5x7. I take advantage of using just how much paper I have left to work with different sizes. I feel that there's no such thing as a bad medium. 4x6, you don't get bad pictures. There are really, really many beautiful pictures made in 4x6s, even though some people consider them dated. It's just a question of how to use the medium. That's a regular size work, by the way, 4x6. And I happen to get sometimes quite a lot of them. I had a huge stack of them. I've got a new printer now. It's an Epson. Epson 4500 series. And the Kodak has been given away to the order. But I took advantage of the Kodak to make a couple of pictures, to just kind of go wild and make as many pictures as possible on 4x6s, which I have to say that some of the results were nice. Others, they looked promising, but when I put them on the wall, I did not find them as clearly evident as I wanted. I think for the medium, and this is just a supposition, you have to have the image to be more silhouette. You don't have great detailed images because there's so little space available compared to the other larger images. What you have to do is have every line count. So silhouette kinds of images are more important than in a 4x6 than detailed ones. This is just a supposition. I'm not overusing them yet. But right now I'm going through 5x7s, and I can't resist the 8.5x11s. Here you see this is one again that's still remaining from the winter exhibit. Well, I hope you liked my little tour of the spring time. Happy spring to you all. I hope you have a great and rejuvenating springtime. This is Kathy Fabian speaking to you from the valuable gallery of Art Fabian Limited. Art Fabian Company, Art Fabian Limited, is an art studio and marketing company. I hope you have a good day today and all days. Speak to you next time. Kathy Fabian signing.